In every room, there's someone who holds the real power. It's not the one who talks the most or shouts the loudest. It's the one who says nothing, yet controls everything. Power doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it walks in calmly, listens, observes, and by the time you realize it was there, it's already won. In a world obsessed with noise, dominance belongs to those who master silence, timing, and psychological distance. The true strategist doesn't need to fight. He lets others expose themselves. This isn't about manipulation. This is about self-mastery, emotional intelligence, and learning how to outsmart anyone, not through conflict, but through absolute control over yourself and your mind. In this video, you'll discover 7 unbreakable rules of total dominance, Stoic principles turned into psychological weapons. Let's begin. There's a reason why the calmest person in the room often has the most control. Because when chaos erupts and emotions fly, the one who remains centered becomes the anchor everyone else gravitates toward, not out of fear, but out of respect, curiosity, and awe. Calmness is not weakness. It's command over your nervous system. It's emotional intelligence in motion. And in a world dominated by reaction, noise and drama become tools of psychological dominance. Why do most people lose the game before it even starts? Because they react. They walk into a conversation already tense, already triggered. Someone says something offensive, they explode. A passive-aggressive jab, they bite back instantly. They're not controlling the situation, they're being controlled by it. This is what Epictetus warned about. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If someone can press a button and make you angry, you're not in control. You're programmable. And here's the real twist. The people who want to manipulate or dominate you are testing for those buttons. They're watching how fast you defend yourself, how easily you get offended, whether your face changes when they mention something you're insecure about. Every visible emotional reaction gives away a part of your strategy, until you're playing with your hand wide open. Calm is not natural, it's trained. Let's be clear. Calmness doesn't come naturally in tense situations. It must be forged, repeated, hardened through self-discipline. You don't just stay calm when your ego is under attack. You practice mental detachment. You condition your breathing. You visualize the moment before it happens and choose who you'll be, not who your emotions want you to be. Calmness is a performance enhancer. It keeps your vision clear. It allows you to read the room. It buys you time to observe what others miss in their emotional storms. Calm is not passive, it's strategic. Some people mistake calmness for indifference. They assume you're passive or weak because you don't fight back, because you don't clap back instantly on social media, because you let someone talk without interrupting. Let them believe that. That illusion becomes your camouflage. Stillness is power. Silence is tension and restraint. Real muscular restraint is terrifying to the insecure, because when you're calm, they don't know what you're thinking. They don't know how much you know. They can't read you, and people fear what they can't read. That's where your advantage begins. In negotiations, in relationships, in conflict. The one who controls their tone, their timing, their tension, controls the game. Real-world example, the boardroom breakdown. Picture this, 2 executives are pitching a high-stakes partnership. One of them is loud, animated, selling hard, throwing in jokes, energy, pressure. The other sits still, watching, occasionally asking precise questions. 10 minutes in, the loud one starts unraveling, rambling, overselling. The calm one leans forward once and drops one line. You've given me a lot of enthusiasm, but very little data. Boom, silence, game over. That's calm power. It doesn't need volume. It doesn't beg for attention. It waits, then strikes with precision. Build your fortress, the rituals of Stoic calm. If you want to own the room without speaking a word, you need daily practices that sharpen your emotional control. Start here. Morning silence. Don't touch your phone for 30 minutes after waking. Sit with your mind. Let it settle. Learn to listen before reacting. The pause rule. Whenever someone says something triggering, pause. Count 3 seconds before responding, or don't respond at all. Reflective journaling every night. Ask yourself, when today did I lose my calm? What triggered me? Name it, learn from it, make it powerless. Cold exposure. Yes, cold showers or ice baths. Not for TikTok, but to train your nervous system to stay calm under stress. Controlled breathing. Box breathing, 4 seconds in, hold, 4 seconds out, hold. This resets your mind during pressure. Make it a reflex. Remember this. When you stay calm, you outsmart emotional traps. You control the tempo of every interaction. While others burn energy trying to dominate through noise, you dominate through presence. You don't need to raise your voice when your aura already commands the room. Calmness is rare, and anything rare becomes valuable. So train yourself to be the still eye of the storm. Let the chaos swirl around you, not within you. Because the man who stays calm doesn't just survive the battle, he owns the battlefield. If you want to outsmart someone, you don't fight them, you observe them. Let them speak first. Let them reveal their mindset, their fears, their insecurities, while you remain still, quiet, unreadable. Because in any game, whether it's business, power, love, or influence, the one who speaks first reveals their hand. The ancient art of strategic listening. The Stoics taught this long before psychology caught up. It is better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. But this isn't just about not speaking. It's about listening with intent. Listening not to reply, but to extract. When someone talks, they unconsciously tell you what matters to them, what they're trying to hide, what they hope you won't notice. Most people can't help it. They leak clues constantly in their tone, their rhythm, their word choice. And when you're calm, centered, and unreactive, you catch it all. You learn more by saying less. You gather intel while they reveal strategies. That's psychological warfare disguised as humility. Let insecurity do the talking. Here's the paradox. People want to impress those they believe are above them. So if you carry yourself with quiet confidence, not arrogance, but true inner power, people will talk to prove themselves to you. They'll overshare, overcompensate, over-explain their plans, motives, and weaknesses. And the best part, they won't even realize they're doing it. You're not interrogating them. You're simply letting silence do the heavy lifting. Insecure people fear silence. They fill it with words, and those words betray them. Real-world example, the subtle trap. Imagine you're negotiating with someone. Instead of jumping in with your offer, you simply say, "Tell me what you're looking for." Then you listen. They'll likely overtalk, trying to sound confident, but in the process, they'll tell you their real priorities. Now, if you made it this far, you're not like most people. Most people clicked away when the truth got uncomfortable, when it demanded reflection, when it stopped being entertainment and started becoming a mirror. But not you. You're still here, calm, quiet, focused, because a part of you already knows you were meant for more. So here's the final move. I'm not going to ask you to like this video. I'm not even going to tell you to subscribe. If what you just heard moved something in you, you'll act. You'll comment. You'll share. Not because I told you to, but because something inside you refuses to stay average. And if it didn't move you, that's okay. The message wasn't for everyone. It was for the one who's ready. So tell me, which rule hit you the hardest? Or better yet, what have you been too calm about for too long? I'll be in the comments, not to chat, but to observe who's actually playing the game and who's still just reacting to it.